Okay, so this time I want to talk about HTML table. Alright, so HTML table actually is just a way of organizing your data in a table format. So if you have a data that when we talk of HTML, we are actually talking of how we want to put our content on a web page. Now, when we talk about HTML table, there are some data that are in form of tables. So maybe for instance, you have a data that a name of that is all this Excel type of data. So in Excel we always have it in rows and columns. How do we represent that in an HTML on a web page? How do we present that on a web page? That's when HTML table comes in. So basically what we use table to do is to organize our data in an organized way. So as you can see from here, we have this at the colon, this is colon, this is column, this is row, this is row, this is row, this is row. So you can see this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and this is column 1, column 2, column 3. So this is 3 by 4 table. So now to put anything in HTML, now on a normal Excel, if you want to put something inside there, you just write whatever you want to put inside there. I assume this is the head of the table. So maybe for instance, name of student is going to be here. That is why I highlighted this part. Here we can now have maybe I don't know, there can be any data here and there can be any data here. Let's go back to our VS Code and see how we can create something like that. Okay, now in my VS Code, I'm quickly going to write our normal HTML tag that we must definitely write. Okay, so what I did, you should have been conversant with it by now if you are using VS Code. So I just did shift exclamation mark. Yeah, so to get the exclamation mark, I press shift 1. So and I press enter. So it brought out this default HTML template for me. So now to start with, so I'm just going to come here, I'm going to preview this, show preview, so it will be showing whatever I'm doing right at this angle. So I'm just going to write. So the first thing we need to do is this is the normal thing that we ought to do. Is a normal thing whenever we want to start a table. It has a parent and child also. What do we mean by parent and child? Looking at the way tags are formed, they are always inside. They are like a block that something is now inside, or we can somehow say they are like a container that you put inside. So inside there means we can as well say the one inside is the child. Whatever is inside is a child. So let's say for instance, so this is the parent now. So let's say this, we have to first say we want to declare a table. So everything we are putting now is going to be inside the table. So you'll have seen we have this opening table tag and we have this closing table tag. So for the purpose of this, so the first thing you need to, just like the way we see from this design, you will see this is the colon and this is the row. So and this is the row. So you need to first define the row before you will define the column. The row first before column. So there is a tag called tr tag, which means table row. So we are going to say tr, which actually stands for table row, and we'll close it. So inside this table row, now we want to declare the head. So here we declare th, which means table head. That means the head part of the table. So what do we want to put there? So in the first th, we'll say sn. Then after the sn, let's say name, and then let's say school. So you will have seen from the output that is now looking more bolder. The next thing we'll look at the table row, another tr. Now inside this tr is where we can now enter tr. Then we'll declare td. So let's say the first one will be 1. Then we shift it, so if there are 3, So the second one will be name. Let's say Kayode. Now once we finish this, so now what we just did now, so instead of one, let's put for school, let's put um Lagos University. So don't worry about the way it's not aligned, but I can tell you that this one belongs to SN, the serial number, the name belongs to Kayode, and the school belongs to this. When we get to CSS, we can see how we are going to be able to manipulate the whole thing. Okay, so I don't want the video to be too long, so in the next video I'm going to quickly design a calendar. So I'll see you in the next video.